Hey guys, I was just reading Leviticus and I was like, this is a really good thing that they're talking about, so I thought I would post it. So Leviticus is kind of slow. It talks a lot about sacrifices and laws and morals and punishments for breaking laws, because this is in the Old Testament before Jesus came, so it was followed the Ten Commandments kind of situation. But right now, in Leviticus chapter 20, which is what I'm reading, it's in the orange, it's talking about penalties for breaking the law, and the chapter before that, chapter 19, is moral and ceremonial laws. So it's kind of like, here are the laws, and here's what happens when you break the laws. Again, this is the Old Testament. But it goes through saying, all these things, like sleeping with your neighbor's wife, sleeping with an animal. I guess you wouldn't sleep with them, but anyway, cursing your father or mother, who gives any of his descendants to Malek. I don't even know who that is. Moloch. Anyway, so it gives all these punishments. And then in chapter 20, verses 22 to 24, I don't know if I'll read all of it, but it says, "You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and perform them, that the land where I am bringing you to dwell may not vomit you out. And you shall not walk in the status of the nation which I am casting out before you, for they have committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. But I have said to you, you shall inherit the land, and I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore distinguish between clean animals and unclean animals." Blah, 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 blah. So, this reminds me of the real world, right? If you are, in school or whatever, and you have, these stereotypes. Aw, my shoe's broken. I didn't notice that. But there's, you need to dress this way, you need to act this way, you need to get that for lunch, you can't get that for lunch, you have to do your homework this way, you have to get answers from this person, all this stuff, all these things that people look up to, or not look up to, but people, what they expect from you, what the standards are, but you don't do it because you know it's wrong. Those people, ultimately, their opinions aren't going to mean anything. It's God's opinions, which God's opinions are fact, but God's opinions are what's really going to matter about you. So follow his way, follow his standards is what he's saying to the Israelites in Leviticus, because he is above all. You know how they call the Constitution, the law of the land? Or I think it's what they call it. But, the commandments are the law of the land. The law of the universe. Everything. What God says is, over everything, because that's what's really going to matter. So, right now, in the world that we're in, don't look to what other people are telling you to do. Ultimately, look at what God's telling you to do, because that is the biggest thing that matters. And what everyone else is saying, whether it's school, friends, family, social media, the good things that they're trying to do, yeah, but the bad things and the standards that you're following after that really aren't good, it's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter what shoes you wear. Oh, those aren't the trendy shoes, you can't wear those. Do what God standards are. Follow his standards. If he doesn't care what shoes you wear, then it doesn't matter what shoes you wear. Unless in school they're no open-toed shoes, then yeah, don't wear open-toed shoes. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I had to say that. So, moral of the story, God's laws are above all laws, so follow his before you follow others, or above all others. Bye, have a good day.